Hi everyone, my name is Cami and we're going to begin class today lying down on our backs in Supta Baddha Konasana. So I will demonstrate in just one moment. So coming down onto your mats, we'll lie flat on our backs with the soles of the feet touching. You can let your knees fall out towards the side. And just take a moment here with your left hand resting on your belly and your right hand on your chest. And gently tuck your chin and just begin to drop into your breath. Deepening on the inhale and the exhale. And just begin to come into your space. Breathing in and out through the nose. Beginning to develop a relationship to your mat. Observing the sensation of the floor, your sacrum pressing into the earth. Or maybe you wiggle your toes and just brush. And on your next inhale, begin to fill your belly, expanding the abdomen with breath. And exhaling, letting the navel fall towards the spine. And just continuing here, breathing into the belly. Filling the navel. And on the exhale, allowing the belly to be soft. And on your next inhale, sending breath into the chest. Filling the lungs and the rib cage on all four sides as you inhale. Breathing into the clavicles and the throat. And as you exhale, allowing the shoulders to fall towards the mat and the heart sink towards the spine. Just taking a few breaths here, trying to pump the energy, the breath through the body as you fill the lungs. And splay the ribcage on the inhale. And on the exhale, softening the chest, the shoulders. And just taking a few more breaths here. On your next inhale, begin by filling your belly with breath. And then taking another inhale into the chest, expanding the lungs. And exhale, the chest. And then the belly. And again, breathing in, fill the belly with air. And breathe once more into the chest. And exhale the chest. And exhale the belly. 2 more times. Inhale, fill the belly. And then inhale into the chest. And then exhale the chest. And exhale the belly. Last time, inhale, fill the belly. Breathe again into the chest. And exhale, allow the chest to fall and the belly to fall. And finding a rhythm that you could sustain throughout practice. Maybe a 4 count inhalation and exhalation. And as you're ready, keeping this 4 count inhale and exhale, bring your hands onto the outer edges of the knees. And just very gently help your inner thighs towards one another. Heel toe your feet about hips distance apart and bring your heels towards your seat so you can just brush them with your fingertips. You're going to begin by taking some dynamic bridge postures. On an inhale, moving slowly, begin to send your pelvis towards the sky as you reach your arms overhead. Gently tuck the chin. And exhale, release the spine and release the arms, moving slowly and matching the movement to your breath. Inhale, lift the pelvis, the arms. And on the exhale, roll the spine down, releasing your hands. And just move here with your breath. Inhaling to extend and reach the hips. And exhale to lower. Inhale. And exhale. One more big inhale. Reach the hips, reach the arms. And exhale, lower everything down to the mat. Bend your knees and hug your thighs in towards your chest, either grabbing onto the shins or behind the hamstrings. And just take a few moments to rock and roll side to side, massaging the lower back, the sacral region. Keeping your head, neck, shoulders, and pelvis on the mat. And then bringing your knees to touch, we'll begin to rock forward and back, massaging this time the length of the spine. And taking your time, trying to move with control. Play with balancing on the sits bones in Navasana boat pose. And the next time you roll up, we'll meet in Navasana with your hands behind your hamstrings to start. Just gently tap your toes onto the mat and pull against your hamstrings. Think about broadening across the chest as such. If you'd like to challenge yourself, you can lift one knee and maybe both knees and reach your arms to pause and hover. Zip your core up. We're just here for a little second. Take a deep breath in. And as you're ready, cross your ankles, roll over the shins, and we'll meet in all fours. So stacking your wrists below your shoulders and your knees underneath of your hips. We'll take a few versions of cat-cow. Point your toes and press into the outer pinky edge of the foot. On an inhale, begin to dip the belly, lengthen and broaden across the front. And as you exhale, round the spine, actively pull your belly towards you. Inhale, sink the belly, pull the chest through, take a deep breath in. And exhale, navel to spine as you press the earth away. And just moving like this. Inhaling to broaden across the shoulders. And exhale to round the upper middle back. As you're moving through these shapes, think about having your focal point or your movement originate from the pelvis. So tucking the pelvis under, then rounding the back, holding the chin in on the exhale. And on the inhale, tilting the pelvis, rippling up the spine. A few more like this. On your next inhale, feel free to begin moving circularly, swinging the hips down and back towards child's pose. And just matching the movement with breath. Swaying the hips, moving through the shoulders. And just breathing in and out through the nose. Switching directions if you have not already. And just taking a few deep breaths, maybe closing your eyes and giving yourself the privacy of your mat to move. On your next inhale, we'll make our way back through center. And as you're ready, planting down into your right hand, stretch your left foot back and spin the ball of your foot flat onto the mat. From here, if you need more balance, you can pivot your right heel out towards the outer edge of the mat or keep it tucked in. From here, squeeze your right glute and begin to reach your left fingertips towards the sky, finding a modified side plank. Really actively squeeze the right glute and push your pelvis towards the wall in front of you as you open your chest. Take a deep breath in and exhale. On your next inhale, stretch your left arm over top of your head and really anchor down through the outer pinky edge of the left foot. Take a deep breath in, open the chest, spin your chest open. And exhale, release the left hand down to the mat. And the left knee follows. Second side, curl your left toes under and stretch your right leg back, sole of the foot on the mat. Pushing down into your left hand, sweep your right fingertips towards the sky, engaging and squeezing the left glute. Think about pressing your pelvis forward. Take a deep breath in, open the chest. And exhale to pause. On your next inhale, swing your right arm over top of your head, reaching towards the front of the room and anchoring into the pinky side of the right foot. Inhale here. And exhale, release your right hand to the mat and release your right knee. Walking your knees back or your hands forward slightly, we'll curl the toes under and meet in downward facing dog. Think about spreading the seat high and wide towards the ceiling. And keeping the knees bent, press actively into the heels. Think about wrapping your armpits towards your ears and push onto the inner edge of your hand, otherwise your index and thumb fingers. As you're here, wrap your armpits in towards your ears and take a deep breath into the shoulder blades. Maybe sway the hips a little side to side. And find some breath and opening along the lateral sides of the body. In your next inhale, we'll bend the knees and look forward. And with an exhale, step your feet between your hands. Keeping your feet about hips distance apart, take a deep bend into the knees. And release your arms. And just shake your head no, nod it yes. Swaying a little side to side here. Allowing any tension in your face to soften. On your next inhale, push a little bit of weight back into your heels and find a halfway lift, lengthen through the front of the spine. And on an exhale, fold forward. We'll do that a few times. Inhale, halfway lift. Roll the shoulder blades down the back. And exhale to fold in. One more inhale, lengthen. And pause here. Find a little bend in the knees and shift the weight towards the heels. Squeeze the glutes, and with a flat back, begin to stretch your arms out like a T. Pull your shoulder blades together and draw your navel towards your spine. Shift the weight into the heels as you reach with the crown of your head. If you'd like a little bit more of a challenge, begin to sweep your biceps in line with your ears. Flipping your thumbs towards the sky, spread your seat. Inhale. And exhale. Squeezing your glutes, inhale, push all the way to stand, stretch your arms high. And exhale, release your hands down. We'll move through a few rounds of Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, stretch your arms overhead. And exhale to fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And on an exhale, plant your hands and step back to plank position. Pause for a moment in plank and think about pushing the space between your shoulder blades towards the sky, round your upper back. Push back into your heels and look forward for a moment, really engaging the core and turning on some heat in the body. On your next inhale, shift forward onto the toes. And exhale, lower to your knees. And then lower all the way to the belly. Pointing the toes. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra. Pausing here, push down into the outer pinky edges of the toes. Draw your elbows down the back and look forward. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, transitioning through your knees. We'll meet up and back in downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths here, maybe walking out your dog, finding a little bit of movement. On your next inhale, we'll bend the knees, look forward. And exhale, step or walk your feet between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, long neutral spine. And exhale to fold forward. Inhale, squeeze the glutes, push all the way to stand, stretch your arms overhead. And exhale, release your hands down. Inhale, reach the arms. And exhale, hinge forward and folds. Inhale, halfway lift, long flat spine. And exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank position. We can either lower into baby cobra, or if you'd like to, inhale, shift forward onto the toes. And as you exhale, hug your biceps alongside of you as you bend your elbows, finding chaturanga. Pause here. Flip the toes, inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Once again, take a few breaths here, breathing in and out through the nose. And your next inhale, bend the knees, look forward. And exhale, step or walk forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold in. Inhale, stretch all the way to stand. And exhale, release your arms by your sides. Moving one more round, one breath, one movement. Inhale, stretch your arms overhead. And exhale to fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And this time, exhale, plant your hands and step straight to plank pose. Inhale, shift forward. Then exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing here. In and out through the nose. On your next inhale, bend your knees, look forward. And exhale, step or walk forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to fold in. Inhale, push all the way to stand. Stretch your arms overhead. And exhale, release your arms by your sides. And pause here. I'm going to move into Trikonasana triangle pose. So weighting down into your, I guess you're mirroring me. So weighting down into your right leg. We'll come onto the ball of the left toes and swing the left knee open. From here, assist your left foot to either your shin or your inner thigh. If you're in the inner thigh and notice that it's kind of sliding around, one action is to firmly push your foot into your thigh and then push your thigh into your foot. Wherever you're at, think about drawing this front knee down and back towards the top left corner of your mat. From here, inhale, sweep your arms overhead. And linking your thumbs like this overhead, simply begin to stretch your spine apart. Pulling against opposite thumbs, reach your fingertips towards the sky, stretch your spine, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, begin to lean your hands towards the left and press your hips towards the right. Send a deep breath into the right lung. Push your left thigh into your left foot into your thigh and just breathe here. And your next inhale, slowly make your way back through center. And exhale, bring your hands through heart center. As you're ready, begin to open your arms out like a T and engage your wrists so that, imagine that you're pushing two stop signs. Draw your shoulder blades down the back and actively push into your hands. If you'd like to test a little bit of your balance, begin to gaze towards your left fingertips. And then gaze towards your right fingertips. On your next inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Once again, link your thumbs. And here is a super challenging part. Begin to draw your knee in towards your chest. Engage your lower belly muscles and either pause here, or if you can, begin to extend your left leg out in front of you. Squeeze your quads, squeeze your legs super hard. Reach, reach, reach. One more big inhale. And exhale, release everything down. And pause here for a moment, shake it out. And moving on to the second side, this time weighting down into your left leg. Assist your right foot to either your shin or your inner thigh, whichever you're working with today. And it may be a little different on each side, but try to keep it slightly consistent. So if you're having problems with slipping, think about pushing your right foot into your thigh and your thigh into your foot. Angle the point of your knee down and back and engage, oops, I'm slipping all over the place. Engage your lower belly. From here, inhale, sweep your arms overhead and take your thumbs and stretch them apart. Reach your fingertips towards the sky and think about stretching your spine, rooting down into your legs. Reach up, lift up. And take a deep breath in. And this time as you exhale, begin to lean towards the right, shifting the hips towards the left. Think about wrapping your Right shoulder forward, left shoulder back, and breathe into the left lung. Take a big breath here. Squeeze the left glute. Inhale. Oops. And exhale slowly back to center. Release your hands through heart center. Once again, testing the balance, extend your hands out like you're pushing 2 stop signs away from you. Draw your shoulder blades down the back. Lift the chin slightly. And as you're ready this time, gaze towards the right fingertips. And then gaze towards the left fingertips. Inhale, stretch your arms overhead, grab opposite thumbs. And here's for the challenge, begin to draw your right knee towards your chest, either staying here with a bent knee, pull your lower belly muscles in, or extend your right leg out in front of you. Squeeze your quad, your hip flexor, everything. Pull your thumbs apart and reach towards the sky. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, release your hands down. Come to stand at the top of your mat once again. We'll move through a half salutation. Inhale, stretch your arms. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Inhale, squeeze your glutes, push all the way to stand. And exhale, release your hands down. Bring your hands onto your hips or to heart center. And this time, weighting down through your left leg, reach your right knee parallel to the mat. Squeeze your left glute and begin to kick yourself in the heel as you pitch your chest forward, moving through warrior 3. Think about dipping your right hip down in space and squeezing the muscles of the standing legs. Grow through the crown of the head. Chin is slightly tucked. If your hands are on your hips, think about drawing your elbows back towards one another. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, bend slightly into the front knee and step all the way back to a high lunge. Pause here. Keep your hands onto your hips. Draw your shoulder blades up and back. Sink your hips low. Think about dragging your left heel towards your right toes, engaging your hamstrings. And as you're ready, inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, spin the back heel down, moving through warrior 2. Sink low into the hips. Stretch your shoulder blades down your back. And take a breath here. Trust that your front leg will hold you. And on an inhale, flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, windmill your hands to the mat. And step back to plank position. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, either through chaturanga or all the way to the belly. Inhale, baby cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths here. Keeping a nice bend in the knees if you'd like, to emphasize length in the spine. On your next inhale, send your right heel up and back. And exhale, step the right foot through. This time, keeping your left fingertips onto the mat, bring your right hand to your sacrum and begin to use your core to twist towards the right leg. Just for a moment here, sinking the pelvis, inhale to twist. And exhale. One more big inhale. And exhale, right hand comes to the mat. Inhale, sink the hips, look forward. And exhale, step left foot to meet the right and fold at the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, find a long neutral spine. And exhale to fold in. Inhale, push all the way to stand, stretch your arms overhead. And exhale, release your hands by your side. This time, weighting your right knee down, bring your hands to your hips and draw your left knee parallel to the mat. Whoops. Strong in our standing leg, begin to drag your heel towards your seat as you pitch your chest forward, coming into warrior three. Think about squeezing the muscles of the standing leg and drop your left hip down, stretch through the crown of the head, chin is slightly tucked. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, bending into the front knee, step all the way back to a high lunge. Keep your hands on your hips. Once again, allow your pelvis to sink. Think about dragging your right heel back and your left toes forward. Trust your front thigh to hold you. On an inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Take a deep breath in, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, spin the back heel down, transitioning into warrior two. Once again, trusting your front thigh. Think about drawing your shoulder blades down the back. And notice if you're shifted forward, think about reaching back with your left fingertips as you sink down. And your next inhale, flip the front palm, reverse your warrior, take a deep breath into the right lung. And exhale, windmill your hands to the mat. And we'll move through your variation of Vinyasa. Inhaling to shift forward, and exhale to lower. Inhale, back bend of choice. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few steady breaths here. And on your next inhale, sweep your left heel up and back. And exhale, step the left foot through. This time, keeping your right fingertips onto the mat, slide the back of your left hand onto your sacrum. And slowly using your core, begin to twist the chest open, stacking the left shoulder on top of the right. On an inhale, grow through the crown of the head. And on an exhale, twist a little bit deeper. One more inhale. And exhale, return your left hand to the mat. Inhale, sink the hips, look forward. And exhale, step right foot in line with the left as you fold in. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Inhale, push all the way to stand. And exhale, release the hands. We're going to work on some leg stabilization here for a moment. So transitioning back onto our first side, we're going to weight down into the right leg and draw the right knee in towards our chest. We're going to transition from this staff pose and warrior three. So you can either keep your hands at prayer center on your hips, whichever is most comfortable for you. But begin to drag your right heel towards your seat as you pitch your chest forward. Coming into warrior three, pausing here. Inhale. Exhale, drag the right knee back towards the chest. And extend the right foot forward, squeeze the lower belly. If you'd like to add hands with this, we're going to sweep the arms back with the right leg, warrior three. Oops. Inhale to come back, squeeze the right knee in. And as you exhale, push and extend the right leg. Inhale to pull. Exhale, release, warrior three. Inhale, back to center, pull the knee up. And exhale, extend the legs. Inhale, last time. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale, pull the right knee in. And exhale, extend the right leg. Inhale to center. And this time, exhale, step the right foot all the way back. Inhale, stretch the arms. This time, exhale, cactus the arms. Open the chest. Inhale to stretch up. And exhale, warrior two. Inhale, find movement, reverse your warrior. And exhale, warrior two. This time, straighten the front leg. Inhale, reverse. Trikonasana. And exhale, keep the front leg extended as you fold into Trikonasana triangle pose. Slide your left hand down the shin, reach the right arm towards the sky, open the chest. We won't be here for long, so find a nice posture. Next, inhale, gaze down at your big toe and slowly bend into the front knee, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And exhale, windmill your hands to the mat. Either move through a vinyasa or simply step to downward facing dog. Taking a few deep breaths here. Finishing up with your vinyasa if you took it. On your next inhale, sweep the right leg up and back. And exhale, step the right foot through. Keeping your left fingertips onto the mat. Inhale, either stretch your arm towards the sky or simply leave it on the sacrum. Think about twisting and stacking the right shoulder on top of the left, taking a deep breath. And exhale. One more inhale here. And exhale, release the right hand to the mat. Inhale, sink the hips, look forward. And exhale, step the left foot to meet the right as you fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, push all the way to stand, stretch your arms overhead. And exhale, release your hands. This time, weighting down through the right leg. We'll do the same thing on the opposite side. So bending the left thigh parallel to the mat. We'll add in the arms here. Inhaling here. Exhale, swing the left leg back with control, warrior three. Inhale, pull the left knee back towards center. And exhale, push the leg and extend the toes. Inhale. And exhale, warrior three. Inhale, left thigh pulls in. And exhale, left foot forward. Inhale to center. Exhale, warrior three. One more time. Inhale, pull the left knee in. And exhale to push. This time, inhale, lift. And exhale, step the left toes all the way back, finding a high lunge. Inhale, stretch the arms high. Exhale, bend the elbows, lift the chest. Inhale, stretch the arms. And exhale, open the hips, warrior two. Inhale, flip the front palm, reverse your warrior. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, warrior two. This time, straighten the right leg as you reverse your triangle. Inhale. And exhale, windmill the arms, Trikonasana triangle pose. Think about sliding your right fingertips down the shin, pulling your right shoulder forward. And finding equal lengths on either side. Extend the left arm and take a deep breath in and out. Your next inhale, gaze down to your big toe. Take a little bend into your knee. Warrior two. And exhale to stay. Inhale, flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. And exhale, windmill your hands to the mat. And move through your version of Vinyasa. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, we'll meet in downward facing dog. And your next inhale, bend your knees, look forward. This time we're simply going to slide the right knee behind the right wrist and cross the shin towards the left hip. From here, you can come to your knee and just begin to wiggle your toes back, making our way into half pigeon. Begin by coming high onto the fingertips and pointing the back foot. Push firmly into the outer pinky edge of the left toes. And engage your bathroom muscles about 50% and think about tractioning your right knee back towards you and your left knee forward. Engaging your lower belly muscles, take a deep breath in. And keeping this engagement in the pelvis, you can optionally begin to fold forward, either staying on the hands or coming to the forearms. Finding a level that supports you and breathing into the hips. Whatever you do here, avoid collapsing in the pelvis. And instead, keep some engagement in the bathroom muscles and the pelvic floor. Just breathing in and out through the nose. Slowly bringing your hands back to the mat. Begin to prop yourself up. Take a deep breath in, lengthen. And as you exhale, simply roll onto the right hip and reach your left foot forward. I'm going to do Janu Shirshasana, the forward fold. So sliding your right foot into your inner left thighs, we'll bring our fingertips behind us and simply scoot forward so that these front toes are tucked underneath of the thigh. From here, extend your arms overhead and take a deep breath in, lengthen. And as you exhale, use your core to twist your shoulders square with your front leg and begin to fold and hinge forward. Avoid rounding in the upper back. Instead, if you'd like to bend your knee, think about leading with your lower belly and pulling your chest back so that the lower belly touches the upper thigh before the chest does. If you're looking to refine the shape a little bit more, think about pushing to the inner edge of your front heel, flexing your toes back towards your face, and anchoring your right hip crease into the mat. If you'd like to feel a little bit more sensation, you can bring your right hand into your hip crease that your thumb points towards your groin muscle. And using your hand, rotate the flesh of your seat down and back as you stretch forward. And you'll feel a little bit of opening and sensation in the lower right quadrant of the back. And just breathing in and out through the nose. And your next inhale, halfway lift. And exhale slowly back towards center. From here, bring your right hand behind you. And on an inhale, pushing into the front thigh, begin to send your hips and your pelvis up, finding a little back bend. Push your pelvis forward. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, release your seat to the mat. Bend both knees. And pull the thighs into your chest. We'll pause here, hovering the toes, finding a little bit of core work. And as you're ready, we'll cross the ankles, roll over the shins, and meet in downward facing dog. Moving into the second side. Inhale, stretch your left heel up and back. And exhale, bend the left knee and slide it just behind the left wrist. Cross your shin. And as you're ready, begin to walk the toes back, finding a little half pigeon. So once again, coming into our form, point the back toes and push into the outer pinky edge of the back foot. Think about scissoring your legs or dragging your left knee back, right hip forward, and squeeze your bathroom muscles about 50%. Once you have this engagement, if you'd like to, you can stay on your hands or you can begin to walk your hands forward, resting on your arms. Just taking a few deep breaths into the belly, into the hips. And just breathing deeply in and out through the nose. Not simply collapsing in the pelvis, but rather finding engagement to support your structure and your shape. Your next inhale, slowly begin to press yourself up. And as you exhale, simply slide off onto the left hip and stretch your right foot forward. Once again, come onto your fingertips and slide your seat forward so that your left toes tuck underneath of the thigh. On an inhale, reach your arms overhead, find length in the spine. And exhale, twist or square your shoulders as you hinge and fold forward. Once again, if you'd like to take a little bend in the knee to support proper movement in the spine, feel free to do so. And keeping the belly engaged, just breathing in and out through the nose. Once again, if you're working on refinement, plant into the inner heel of the right foot. And if you'd like to, bring your hand to your left hip crease and pull the flesh of the seat down and back as you stretch forward. Finding a little bit of opening in the lower left quadrant of the back. There's a lot going on in this shape. Next, inhale, slowly begin to make your way back through center. And placing your left hand behind you, planting down into the front shin. On an inhale, sweep your arm towards the sky, push your pelvis forward and take a deep breath in. And exhale, slowly come down onto your seat. And extend your left foot to meet the right. We'll take Paschimottanasana, forward fold. If you'd like to take a slight bend in your knees, feel free to do so. And pull the flesh of your seat straight back so you're right up on your sits bones. From here, inhale, sweep your arms overhead, engage your core, super, super strong. And as you exhale, use this engagement to fold forward. You can either rest your fingers to your feet, behind your knees, wherever is comfortable for you, but avoid a super rounding in the upper back. Instead, think about leading with the chest, drawing the shoulder blades down the back, and have a strong engagement in the lower belly. With each inhale, think about growing from the sacrum through the crown of the head. And then exhale, folding a little bit deeper, matching your lower belly to your upper thighs. And your next inhale, begin to make your way all the way back through center. And as you're ready, bending your knees, we're gonna roll one vertebrae at a time down onto the mat, trying not to beat me there. Engage your belly like you're scooping ice cream. And just slowly working our way down onto the mat with control. Once you're all the way down onto the mat, you can rest your arms by your side and just draw your knees in towards your chest here for a moment. Tuck your chin slightly. We're going to do a little bit of SI joint stabilizing. On an inhale, simultaneously reach your feet towards the sky as you stretch your arms overhead. And exhale, bend the knees, release the arms. Inhale, stretch the legs, stretch the arms. And exhale, bend the knees. Moving with your breath, inhaling. And exhaling. A few more times, inhale. And exhale. On this last one, inhale, extend the legs and the arms. And as you exhale, bend the knees and just gently hug your thighs towards your chest. And sway a little side to side, massaging the width of the spine. And as you're ready to, let your knees fall towards the right side. And extend your arms like a T. Finding length and breath all the way down the left side of the body. Just closing here. And your next inhale, slowly bring your knees back towards center. And exhale, let them fall towards the left side. Once again, extending your arms like a T. Reaching through the right fingertips, take a deep breath into the lungs. And exhaling. And just moving with your breath. Allowing expansion to grow across the right shoulder blade. Your next inhale, gently draw your knees back towards center. Option to hug your thighs in towards your chest. Find happy baby, any finishing postures. And then as you're ready, extending your heels about mat distance apart. Take a moment to shake your hips side to side, wiggle your feet, maybe tuck your shoulder blades underneath of you. You can either rest with your hands, palms face down on the belly, or open by your sides, whichever is feeling comfortable today. And just take a moment here to let your eyes close, let your shoulders relax down the back. And with each inhale, inviting a sense of expansion, openness, open-mindedness. And on the exhale, just allowing the body to soften, the belly, the chest, the throat, the space between the eyebrows. And just breathing in and out through the nose. I will leave you here today in Shavasana so that you can have as long of a rest as you would like to. I would suggest staying in this position about 5 to 10 minutes. And just really letting all of your muscles, your minds just begin to dilapidate and fade into the mat. And just allowing yourself about 5 moments, minutes to stay grounded on your mat. Namaste.